Hey, let me tell you how one number has changed my life completely. One number. Behind me is the house where we lived for over 10 years. We raised our kids here. I taught my kids how to ride their bike right on this street. I had graduated college in 2006, and by that time we had 2 kids. Hannah and Christian were already here. And I got to have the dream job. I got to stay home and raise them. Yeah, it was hard, but that is something I would never take away. So I was editing the video and I realized, wait, this is the perfect opportunity to bring up some little kid pictures. Now, Hannah and Christian are probably gonna hate this, but I can't pass this up. So, look, those times were awesome. Now, there were times that they chased each other around with laundry baskets. Obviously, they tortured the dog, poor Nika. I mean, we had Halloween costumes. We had a great time. It's something, again, I'll never pass up. But I didn't want to pass up these pictures, so hopefully they'll forgive me. One of the main issues, though, is when you have a dream job, you have sacrifices that you may have to make. One of those was financial. Those of you with kids, you realize there are a lot of diapers, there's formula, there's a lot of extra expenses that you have to have for little babies that you wouldn't normally have to have. Times were so hard that there were some months where we barely had enough to get by. I remember one month in particular, after we had paid off all our bills and rent and groceries and everything going down the list, we had only $7.70 left to get us through a week. Now, I have done that before. When I was in college, I had to make ends meet. That's no problem. When you do that and there are kids in the picture, it is one of the scariest moments in your entire life. It is scary. How are you going to provide for your family? If something should happen, how are we going to pay for it? It's not easy to get through that. And so when I go through hard times and I go through scary times, I think back to what it was like then, and there is nothing compared to that. In fact, that time of the $7.70 has caused so many different stories and so many different things that I know that I can get through because of that one number. So to me, $7.70 represents a lot. Represents what I can go through and reinforces to me that when times get tough, it will never get that bad, and if it gets that bad, I can make it through. Let me explain to you, for some of you that have never experienced $7.70, let me show you what matters. If you go during the week and all of a sudden you run out of milk, you can't just go run to the store and get some more, right? Eggs, bread, you're just gonna have to figure out how to get to the end of the week. If you drive, then you have to think, well, how much gas do I have left in the tank? I don't really have any money to buy 2 or 3 gallons of gas, so you have to think about that. How are you going to get through the next 4 or 5 days? It's not easy to do. It changes your life, and when you realize that you have people dependent on you and you have those kids, the way you look at stress in life is never compared to that. And there are so many stories, there are so many things that I'll be able to bring you that derive from that point that made me decide to run for a political office because of that $7.70. It meant a lot. It started a lot in my life. What is it in your life? What is it? Is there a certain number? Is there a certain thing that happened that has changed the way you look at where life is at? Or where, when times get tough, you think, wow, I made it through that. I should be able to make it through this. What is that? And what I want to do is I want to start those stories in a collection. So we're going to use hashtag 770. Come join me there. Send me pictures. Show me where you've been, where you are going. Show me how 770 works in your life. What is it that is your 770? And let's get through it together. I've got a big announcement tomorrow. Make sure you join me on this vlog. It is a huge thing that I'm going to be doing tomorrow. So it has a lot to do with 770. I wanted to make sure I get that out there first.